guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've not posted a video in quite a while, but I've just gotten to the place to where I can start posting my videos again. I know I went through a few examples on my last video about shading, but it's came to my attention that when it comes, especially in the cross hatching, I have not actually went into detail about it. So I'm going to try to go into a little detail about it, and for the sake of time, I'm going to jump right into this. And I would also like to thank Mark Crilly for showing me this through his videos. If you don't know him, you should go check out his videos. He is very good at drawing. He's helped me a lot with my art. So today I'm going to jump right into it and show you what we can do. Alright, when it comes to cross hatching, I showed y'all how the regular way of doing it is just like making lines, and that's going to be in any kind of cross hatching. And then I told you can cross it. Switch, if you go just single lines, it's called hatching, but if you do it this way, this cross hatching, you can build on the layers and make it as dark as you want to, as long as they're all going in separate directions. Crawling switches, like I said, called cross hatching. But what I did not go into detail about, and I probably should have, was especially with hatching, you can do it in many different ways. But like I said, Mark Crilly showed me this one way. He done it on a brick wall or something. So I'm going to show you the way he showed me, and it has helped me on my drawing. I love the texture. I love the way it looks. And it's helped me really with a lot of my drawings, especially even human portraits. I still use it. I still use it on human faces. I use it for walls. If you do something round, you do got to realize that the closer to the edges you get, the closer your lines is going to have to be. And like I said, I'll get into that later. Alright, let's get into this. What I mean by the way he showed me was when you're doing your cross hatching, your hatching regular way, just vary your lines just a little bit, and go the opposite, go another way with it, and just keep doing that all over wherever you're wanting to fill up the lines, or wherever you're wanting to fill up with shade. All right. And this is also, you can also use this with cross hatching too. I just prefer this way as my own style. You can use this pretty much any way that feels comfortable for you, and this is the way it feels comfortable to me. It's me. Alright, like I said, you vary up your lines a little bit. Just very slightly vary the lines. And as you vary your lines, you'll start building up the area that you're wanting to shade in. Alright, and that's, like I said, they don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have an exact number of lines as you do this. You can use maybe 5 in one area, 6 in another. That's just up to you, like I said. But this is just what I like to do. Now, if we're doing hatching, you cannot use this way for a round object, especially if you're using it, like I said, for a human face. You cannot. You can, I guess, but it doesn't work as well for me. So what I'll do is, to show you for the round objects, is take it and just do one line just like this until it comes down to the other side. This way it gives it more of the illusion of a round shape. And then if I wanted to, like I said, put cross hatching into it and make it a little bit darker, make the shade a little bit darker, I'll start from the top, just like a point here and a point here, come around. And like I said, my next set of videos will probably be on point perspective, especially because a lot of this deals, even with shade or anything, it deals with point perspective and being able to get to where you need to go. But then again, if you want to do more than just cross or up and down like a I guess what we'd call sort of a hashtag sign. Alright, find you another point over here and a point over here. And it's only for round objects. And kind of connect the points, so to speak. And then you go the opposite way. Find your 2 points here and here. And just sort of imaginarily connect the points. That way you have cross hatching. It does not look as neat as that right there, but like I said, it works. One other thing I would like to show you, especially about cross hatching or hatching, is especially as one portrait. I don't have my book with me to show it to you, but I drew a human face, and the way it goes, or if you look at anybody's face, it'll round off, especially some people that are like older, the older men and women. You'll find that their face sort of does a crease, and then sort of like ends off at the back. I mean, it's not exactly like this, but like I'll show you in the next video if I can remember to bring it. But you'll start at one crease and go all the way to the other crease. Just try to keep your lines around the same width apart from each other, because you don't want to get it so far apart that it looks like this, like you get half alright and then you got the other half and you got to go back and refix it. I'm using pen because it shows better. You can use pencil. That's the way I done my other drawing, but that's the only reason I'm using pen. It's okay to mess up like this if you're using a pencil, but like I said, if you got a pen, it's not as easy to fix a mistake, because you'll wind up, if you try to go back in and try to fix it, you'll wind up making your lines darker than what you want to, or wind up making more of a mistake. So unless you got whiteout or correction fluid. But it's like, let's just say this is the cheek area and this is to the back of the head. Like I said, this is just a demonstration, but it'll go around, and then you'll take it, and whichever way the head is leaning, you'll go that way. Like if he's let's just say he's looking up a bit, very slightly, well, you'll take these and keep going in the same circle or same shape, but sort of take them down a little bit to give the illusion of him looking upward. I'll get into more detail about this, especially when we get into figure drawing or facial expressions, but it'll be as soon as I get into all that, it'll just all this come into understanding. But like I said, this ain't the perfect drawing I can do for this, but it's the best way I can explain it. But like I said, I'll get into point perspective later on. I will give you an example of it real quick. Alright, let's just get a square started here. Alright, when anybody's looking at a field or anything like that, you can only see so far out, and for us that would be called our line of vision, I think. Switch will look right about halfway. Alright, and that would be our pretty much called the vanishing point, also known as the point where everything disappears past that. Alright, now when we pick a point, I'm going to show you 1 point, because we'll get into 2-point perspective, 3, and all that later on. Especially in this one, this is single point perspective. You take your point, pull a line out, and you'll draw another line. Like, let's just say you're doing a skyscraper. I guess where you can see it. If you're doing a skyscraper, we'll take our point up to as high as we want the skyscraper to be. Sort of like a V shape. Put your line straight down here. This, like I said, this is better with pencil, because you'll want to erase these lines after this line and this one, all this after, you know, you get through. Some people I've seen actually take this. More experienced artists can take this and just go with it and not worry about the lines. But I've been drawing for a while, but I'm just not that comfortable with doing that because there's so many mistakes that can be made. All right, and then you come out here, put another line. Like I said, it'll come down line to line. All right, come out here. Now this is the trickier part, and this will come in with more of a little more like 4 or 5 point perspective. Just come up here. So to make it simpler, just bring your building out here, your building out to here, and then you can add your little door to the front. Like I said, if you look at this, your vanishing point, everything that goes down that way is going to disappear. That's why when you look at, especially like, for example, a railroad track, the railroad tracks look like they're going in a V angle when they're really straight. It's just the way our line of vision works, and to a point it'll completely disappear. So that's the effect that we're trying to create right here. All right, now get your vanishing point, come to about here, bring your line back, connect the lines, and you've got your door. Go up a little more. Like I said, your line will never be in the same angle. It'll change up. Come to about middle ways, or if you want more windows or less windows, that's up to you. And then like I said, you got another line to line. Bring it down, connect it. Come to this side, connect it, and you've got your windows. And you can just keep going up and up and up until it's completely out of sight. That's just up to you. And then, like I said, your vanishing lines, some people like to put little crosses in there, or I guess it's crosses in the middle of their doors, like I said, or windows, so those would even out to the vanishing point. And again, line to line, and that's 1 point perspective. You can also do it to the other side too, and just keep going and going and going. Even with trees, I've seen a guy do this. I don't remember who it was, but I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna cut the video. But he took it and went out. He was wanting to put a line of trees, you know, like you'd see in probably big cities on the sidewalk or something like that. And he just started drawing his trees that would come up to the point here. I've even seen one guy do this with clouds, and just keep going back. And the farther back you go, the littler your trees will get until they completely vanish. And also remember, the farther back anything gets to that vanishing point, the less detail you're going to see on it. So let's just look at this tree here. With it being so close, you'd be able to see maybe the texture of the tree, the few leaves. I mean, like I said, this ain't my best drawing, but just for an example right now, you'd be able to see probably a few leaves, and then farther on back, you may be able to see a little bit of the green, but not much. Maybe just shape by then. And then the farther back it gets, the less detail you'll see. So it'll wind up becoming just more like a stick with just a bulb on top, the farther back you go. And like I said, this can work with for anything. I will later on show you in 5 point perspective the way you can take that and make like a bubble city or something like that. But if you like this video, like and subscribe and share it if you want to. And let me, if you tried this or cross hatching on any of your drawings, send me a message in the comments below. I'd love to see them. Have a great evening and a happy time drawing.